How's it going, guys? Malagant here. So, in one of my recent videos, I was talking about like what my next character is going to be, and I had this like idea in my mind of like some sort of a spell procking warpath. So I'm like just spinning around, and lots of procs are going. I was thinking to myself like Smite, right? So Smite right over here. This guy right over here, Smite. So it's like a spell, fire, attunement, scaling ability that can also like ignite or take from your HP. So I was thinking like very hard, let's hit very hard with like crit and crit damage, and then let it take from my HP. It doesn't matter because like I am also procking healing hands from my spins, and it's going to be keeping me full HP anyway. So that's what I had in my mind. And on top of that, let's go ahead and like put bunch of like divine bolts with many different like projectiles as well, or extra projectiles I should say, that are going to be clearing my screen. And on top of that, there was one more ability that I was thinking of, which is like the flame burst. Okay, so I started leveling this character. I got to about like level 40 or something, and it just started becoming like incredibly frustrating because like there's just way too many stats for me to consider. And like my I was not really liking my DPS, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I need attunement for this, I need damage over time for the ignite, I obviously need attack speed. Attack speed is everything because like we're literally proccing the spells from attacking, and at the same time ignite is like being scaled from your attack speed as well, because like you want to put as many ignites on the target. So then there's damage over time a little bit, but I wanted like crit strike and crit damage for the smite, right? And then there's like the mana issue, which requires you to run like a -3 mana on one of the weapons, which makes it a must to run a scepter on your main hand. And then I'm like, am I dual wielding? I'm probably dual wielding here, right? So that like I have the max amount of like attack speed. So I ended up like taking the dual wielding node over there, the gladiator, and like the blade master, which is giving you crazy amounts of like attack speed. And at the end of the day, I got so frustrated and I couldn't really like scale my character around like level 50 that I said, all right, I am just completely swapping. I am sorry to fail you. So right now, what is my character? So my character is not that special anymore. It still is a warpath character, right? And it is fire damage over time. Such a surprise, by the way. It's my second character in the cycle, right? And I'm playing not only a Paladin again, but also it is fire damage over time. This time it's ignite. And I went with a two-hander right now, right there. Like, this is my weapon, and I'm only level 67. To be honest, I couldn't play so much the last couple of days because of, like, IRL, yada yada. But yeah, like, this node is pretty good for the attack speed, and obviously, like, the amount of, like, ignites I can put onto my targets is definitely depending on my attack speed, for sure. So far, I have actually, like, made a really awkward spec here, where I'm stacking as much strength as possible from here. I've taken the attack speed at the end. And then over here, I have taken one more attack speed node, which also gives me fire damage a little bit on melee hits, which is constantly up, obviously, since we're spamming. And then we have melee ignite chance. Another interesting thing is that, like, if you look over here, it's like base physical damage becomes fire, and then base bleed chance becomes ignite. So as I am spamming, any sort of like bleed chance that I have, it actually is ignite chance. So I ended up like seeing this node over here, the Smelter's Might. This is really awkward because like I am level 67, 30 points into Sentinel, 23 points into Paladin, even though I'm a Paladin, and then I am going to be having 25 points into Forge Guard before Paladin, because like I really want to max out the Smelter's Might. So let's look at the Smelter's Might. It's pretty interesting. So it's gonna end up becoming like 70% at the end when we are like 10 out of 10. 70% bleed chance and 70% ignite chance. And remember, bleed chance is ignite chance for me, right? Because of the warpath. And then it also says doubled for you with a two-hander weapon. So now it's, instead of 70, which is 140. Now with a two-hander, it's 280. 280 is absolutely insane from this. So then I thought to myself, okay, we're going to go two-handers, and I'm just going to max out the Smelter's Might as soon as possible. Let's jump into Lagon's timeline, because that's like my last progression, I think. So I should have probably done this a little bit earlier, because like the loading screen might be a little bit long right now. My gear is nothing special, let me tell you. Like it's pretty shaky, actually, guys. And Is the character strong? At least it's not shaky. Like, it's a little bit... I would say it's a little bit weird, actually, right now. You get to decide. Like, sometimes it's fine, but maybe, like, I'm missing some, like, single targets. I want, like, more movement speed on this character, and... Oh, unfortunately, there's not going to be... This is my bad. This is my bad. There isn't going to be any in-game sound, guys. Sorry, I cannot unmute it right now, because it's, like, on another speaker or something. I'm gonna need to restart the game, which I'm not gonna do right now. So excuse me for that, but there isn't going to be any like in-game sound in this video, at least. But this is how the DPS is looking, so it is definitely nothing special. Okay, so as you know from my other character, probably, if we reversal on a single target, obviously that target is going to be taking much more damage. So the single target DPS, what I'm trying to say, is a little bit better than what you're watching right now. And this is basically like my clear. Am I tanky? No, not really. So my character is quite the failure right now, to be perfectly honest with you. And I'll continue leveling this, and I'll try to like scale it as hard as I can. And I am not going to be playing it as defensive as I have on my other Paladin at all. So like, it wouldn't surprise me if I actually end up like dying sometime. Alright, so as you can see, like 7k, but I was taking like a lot of damage there, right? So like 7k-ish ignite ticks versus single targets. I'm kind of happy that like we ended up actually finding a echo over here, a monolith echo over here with like a single target at the end, so that like you could see the single target as well at level 67. So what is it going to become? If I have to guess, it's probably going to be like 20k, 30k ignite ticks at the end. But I honestly don't think it's going to be as defensive as it should be to go to like 300, 400 corruptions, which are the corruptions that I would like to run. And at the same time, another problem is, so when I'm done with like Smelter's Might, right, I'm going to turn back to like Paladin, and I'll start spending some points over here. I'm going to max out first Conviction, and then afterwards, I'm going to start maxing out Penance, which is also giving me more bleed chance, which is more ignite chance, obviously. So after the Penance, I'm going to put like 5 points. I have only 5 points to put into Reverence of Duality. And this is from level 90 to 95, I think. And then from level 95 to 100, I'm going to be able to put 5 points. Only 5 points, my last points, to Light of Raya, which is going to only give me 5% movement speed. With a character like this, if anything, I would like to move the fastest, because this attack speed and cast speed on this character is making the character so much fun to play. You have no idea. Like, that's the only thing that is working for this character so far, and that's the only reason that I'm going to continue to play it. But as I said, I'll try to like play it a little bit more offensive and more YOLO, or like more careless, let's say, so that like if I end up dying, you know, it is what it is. I'm just going to go for something else. What am I going to go next? I might turn back to my first Paladin a little bit, simply because I found a bow, and everybody is telling me, please play a Falconer on the stream as well. Everybody is bored from my Paladin performance here. So we're gonna look into this bow right over here. I need to find a very decent bow to slap on top of this, the Flight of the First. If you can find something like that is going to be crazy, then I'll you know, make this into a legendary. It requires me to only run a T2 Julra, and afterwards I'll create a rogue. Probably my next character is going to be a Falcon Master, Falconer. And that's how far away I am from any other mastery in the game apart from Paladin. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm going to be like, my next upload on YouTube is going to be probably my death on this character. I'm not even kidding, because like, it's very, very shaky right now. We'll see how it's gonna play. Thanks for watching, YouTube. I'm gonna catch you next time. Peace.